Hello, guys. Welcome to Friday's trade recap. Today, we got a winner. It was a short today, and I'm pretty happy with the trade as an overall. First of all, because we were able to finish the week on a green note over here. It was just one thing that I'm not, I guess, mad in a sense about a decision that I did today. But I think it just shows why it's important to go back and just take a step back and go back and actually see what's actually going on with the losses and what the other takes can we take to, take winner trades, like the trade recap that I mentioned yesterday. Today was one of the days that shorts were the option today, and I took all the guidelines. I think that's the saying, guidelines, guard lines, that stuff. For my short. So first of all, previous day's low was taken. That's the first check mark that we discussed yesterday. The other thing that we mentioned, it was gonna be BWAP alignment. So over here we have the OG BWAP alignment. Let me just get my brush over here. The OG BWAP alignment. And the other thing is that both need to have that. Now, if we go to NQ over here, you know, we have, let me just remove all this fucking lines over here so we can make it kind of cleaner. And we can see over here that we have our OG BWAP alignment for the downside, and also previous edge low was taken over here too. Now that we have everything checked on the box, oh shoot. Um we can say that shorts might be the play today. You know, I saw the move low over here. That we had the opening range low was set. Everything was ready to go over here. And also another thing that we were talking about is that just the size of the opening. Let me just put it all the way over here. So let me actually also. I'll just move it later. So we can see that pretty much the opening range, it was this box over here. All the movement over here was pretty much what, let's say 20, let's say just 20 points, and then the opening range was 25. So pretty much what, like around 70% of the range was pretty much the same length on points outside of the range. So that's the first key. And then the other thing that I really like about the trade, the only thing I didn't like about the trade was the stop loss. The stop loss was fucking huge, bro. Was almost 30 points. I ended up just putting my stop pretty much like around here. I was just moving my stop as this was moving lower. I know it's kind of probably not optimal that much, but I mean, just it's a 30-point stop. It's just like fuck. So the thing is that I saw this triple double over here. So we had previous day over here, previous day slow here. Also, we had New York BWAP. Then also we had open range low, and you have it as an extra equilibrium of the range. 50% of the range was stopped here, and also we have the 5-minute, 15-minute fair value gap as extra confluences. Those two extra confluences over there too, and that's where I took the short. I did not took the short right away. I waited like to this retracement to take the trade over here, just because like this candle here, I think was just like I was too far, bro. It was like almost like 5 points from here. I was like, let me just wait to see if I can just wait because it was already too low. The stop was gonna be too big, so I took the short like around here. Once we retraced back, I took the trade on one of my ignites that I ended up closing a break here because I did not like the chop. That's the other point I want to get over to. Um, took the trade on a lucid um funder that I had. It's a new one. I passed this combine, well, this account on May, and I haven't even traded. So this was the first trade that I took on the account, and then I took another on the combine. Um, it's Friday. The chop was really not that expected to me. But really decided to just go break even here on my was I guess break even just minus 26 bucks, which is fine, pretty much break even for me. Um, to cut the trade on my ignite that is closest to bail just because I really was not having it. But and it's funny because as soon as it closed, we're fucking dumped to TP, which is fine. I didn't like felt any FOMO, any like regret or something in my head. I was like, you know what, bro? Like, I like this trade for this accounts, but for this one, bro, I thought it was just gonna be like this. I'm just gonna cut it, bro, because I don't want to be seeing the chop on this account, and it's the closest to best. I'm trying to be really conservative on that account, to be honest. So I close at a break even. It's fine for me, totally fine. I stick on the trade though on my combine and one of my lucids funded, and we ended up getting out over here at the end. Um, so pretty happy with the trade. Probably I would like, I guess, stay on that trade, but to be honest, in my head it just made sense to exit, and also because of the last trades that I have taken when I was like, bro, I really don't like this anymore. You know, in a sense, I was just like, let me just exit here. I'm following my head over here, my intuition, just like, let me just get out. Um, again, I don't think it was a bad decision because after I exited all my accounts, I didn't like felt the burden of saying, "Oh fuck, I should like stay on my on my trade," because this was not a panic exit. Because I think if it was a panic exit, I would be like, "Fuck, bro, I fucked up," and I don't really have that emotion in me, and I didn't have any that thought. So I think it just took like sincerely the decision to, you know what, let me cut the trade over here on this account because this account is closest to payout right now. I'm really trying to preserve my capital, especially because right now the market has been kind of wonky, So, well, at least for me, right? So let me just take a step back. I will take my break even, whatever. Let the other accounts run. I'm willing to take the risk, still take the risk on those two accounts. That was my thought process at that point, right? Which I'm totally fine with it. And yeah, so these are the notes. These are the triple level that I saw over here, and also something that I wanted to say. We had our Black Shirt Club call today, and something I don't think I really explained correctly what I wanted to say because every time I fucking speak on that call, I just get like super nervous, bro. Um, but I was trying to say to the guys, it was just like currently on the market conditions that we are, the easiest thing for me just being like getting, I guess, make it difficult for me to trade shorts. And what I mean by that is that just have like this set of specific rules to be okay. I'm not gonna trade short unless this, and this, and that's what I implemented today, because the guys were playing the double break short. I didn't like the idea just because all the confluences that I just mentioned over here, and based on what I reviewed yesterday. So if you think about it, you're putting a lot of barriers for you to take shorts. We're saying we need to have taken privilege low at least on one of the indices. We need to be full view up alignment, and specifically on this order over here that we're seeing right now. And also we have to be broken to the downside. So I'm putting all these mandatory barriers to me right now. I'm not sure if I'm probably doing the correct thing, but it worked for me today. This let's see how this develops during this month. Because this is kind of like I left to do, well, how do I explain this? So I stopped doing this a lot of time ago because I was just missing a bunch of setups. But I think right now, for the condition that we are in, I think I'm gonna follow this of the mandatory things and leave the discretion a little bit to the side, only for shorts, right? Only for shorts currently. Um, so that's what I'm saying. I'm making all these conditions that need to be mandatory for me to take a short. And if you go back to this month, or at least for this week and last month, like if we have BWAP alignment not in the correct alignment or whatever, longs can even give you a good TP or a good setup. Even if BWAP alignment are not the best, even if we're trending low and BWAP alignment is not the best, as long as previous day is low and we don't have BWAP alignment for shorts is not met, we still have a good shot for the longs. Even if it's just like a small 10-point scalp or something, middle of the range trade or a break and retest or a double break, for longs are more forgiven in this right now, in this condition what I'm seeing. But that's why I took the shorts today. I was just giving me all these excuses, or I well, not excuses, just like this mandatory check marks to say, okay, shorts are in, you know. And when I was in Jordan over here, I was just reminding myself, okay, like this is normal, this is normal, this is normal. I ended up, betting on my main account, which is fine. But I was like, bro, like I studied this shit yesterday, so I'm gonna follow what I studied yesterday, and I actually saw yesterday, so that's why I took these shorts today too. Um, Also, what else I want to say? I think that's pretty much all. We just like this is the main point over here. Shorts should look like this. That's another conclusion that we had today on the call, meaning that since we are like all-time highs price action and we're like super mega bullish on the overall higher time frame, we can say that if we're gonna take shorts, they need to look like pristine, bro. Like this pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We can see the profits for today. The Ignite minus 26, which is fine. Lucid 177, and the Commodity 204, which not the best. But again, I really need to size down in a sense because of the motherfucking stop loss, bro, which is pretty much like too big for my liking, bro. I haven't seen a 30-point stop since, well, like I think it was January, since the start of the year. So that was kind of crazy. But I mean, we ended up green on the day, ended up the week on a good note. A lot of learning for sure this week. I'm gonna go back one more time during this week and see what's actually the setups that I paid this week, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Like all the losses we took it to the chain, that's fine. A lot of learning this week, a lot of reflection is gonna be made for next week. Also, just an update. For my Ignite, I have another Ignite and another Lucid Funded. The Lucid Funded is pretty much like I have one more try, pretty much, or $400 on that I kind of think. And then on my Ignite, I have like another three chances before I blew the accounts, and that's perfectly fine. Like I'm not like mentally invested in that. I think I'm getting so much better at taking losses and understand that losses are gonna happen. And also the losses that I had taken this week. I mean, they are not bad trades. It's not that I was just taking a trade like randomly, like fucking far from VWAP. I was following my guidelines, I was following my rules, and the trade didn't work out. And that's perfectly fine. And yeah, guys, so another plan that I have for this month is that I'm gonna see up well, first of all, yeah, I want to push the payout right now, but I have another idea that I want to probably implement next week. We'll see. There is a sale in Top One futures right now for I think it's $49 or $39. You can get 150 case, and also it's gonna be you also get an extra account. You buy one, so I'm probably gonna give it a try on the 150Ks, just to, have some fun and see how it goes. I never tried to trade that like that size of accounts. So I'm gonna give it a try and see how it goes. Now, but I'm just probably gonna wait because I have too many accounts right now. So I don't wanna be, like losing the focus on the main account just because I wanna focus to get the payout on my Ignite on my Ignite. So I don't want to lose that focus right now. And also, well, yeah, pretty much the main point is that I have too many accounts right now, and I want to, add extra accounts. But we'll see how it goes. So I'm probably gonna get the well, that's probably next week Friday before the sale ends because I think it ends at June 15th, I think. But we'll see how it goes. It's just an idea that I have in mind for this month. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys made money today, and I hope you had a nice week. And if not, you remember just to go back, learn. You remember, losses are losses only if you don't like learn for them. And I think once you make that shift in your mind of to say, okay, I take a loss today, what I'm gonna learn from this, gather your data on your strategy. Losses doesn't feel like bad, because you're gonna keep learning and you're gonna keep better understanding of your strategy. So that's a big mindset shift that I did recently, and it has helped me a lot. Trust me, like a lot. I just see like think about the losses pretty much the whole day or even half day. But after I did my like that mental shit, I'm just like I'm gonna keep learning, mistakes are gonna be made. As long as I follow, I'm not taking like dumb trades. I should be good. I shouldn't be having like this mental burden that I took a loss. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Enjoy your family. Go out, get some food. Relax, review, and get ready for the next week, guys. So that's pretty much it. Take care.